All right, so here we have Barkley, who's a 3-year-old Portuguese water dog, and his guardians contacted me to talk to them, to work with Barkley on door etiquette and door manners. He had been charging at the door, barking, and he was trying to, he put his paw on me, which is a way of him demanding attention, which is him not respecting me as a leader and trying to establish him as a leader. And so that was one of the consequences. And he respected that very well. So we were working on door etiquette by going through the claiming the door exercise and establishing a boundary around the door that he couldn't cross. But before that, we started off by doing a leadership exercise where the guardians put a treat between their feet and toss the treat farther away to get him out of a 2 to 3 foot radius. And at that point, they then claimed that space to keep Barkley out of it, and then Barkley, as he backed up and gave them more space or sat down and eventually laid down, which was the object of this exercise, they turned sideways and then would tap the floor and say, and that would be his permission to come over and get the treat. So that's a little reminder of how to go through that exercise as well. Some of the rules that we wanted to establish with him, because he's actually a quite well-trained dog, but he was still doing some demanding attention behaviors such as pawing at or putting his head over on them. So we talked about making sure that he didn't get on the furniture and eventually not getting on the furniture without permission. And then also, as he jumps on the couch, Barkley, okay, get him over here for a second. We'll hold the ball. This will be more fun for him. We also talked about, as the guardians expressed interest in wanting him to still have some role as creating a guard dog-like feeling, to train him when we picked up the ball, which is his favorite toy. And if you can kind of see him over here, he looks very intent and saying alert. And that way he starts learning through passive training, and when they throw the ball for him, saying alert when he has that good intentional stare and saying alert at that point. So if they ever were to feel uncomfortable, they could say alert and he'll go into that stance. So that was an example of passive training. But back to the rules and structure, he's supposed to stay off the furniture, and when he tries to demand attention, they'll go through the escalating consequences or ask him to do a specific behavior that's desirable, such as sitting or laying down. Once he does that, then they can pet him and give him as much love and attention as they want to. Same as anytime they want to give him attention and he's not looking for attention. At that point, they can go over and ask him to sit or lay down or do anything that that he's trained to do, and then they can pet him and engage with him in that way. He already gets plenty of exercise, which is wonderful. So an important component is always making sure that he has plenty of exercise, and really just working on this claiming the door exercise as well as the leadership exercise to make sure that he's seeing himself in the follower mindset and his guardians as the leaders, and keeping that so he's no longer feeling the need to protect the door space. So that is how to keep Barkley successful and having good door manners.